Tragic on-set accidents, terrible breath, and apologies decades in the making. Why was Stephen King sued over his directorial debut? And what does Emilio Estevez really think of his role in this particular movie? It's undeniable that Stephen King has shaped the nightmares of generations across the globe with his truly terrifying works of fiction. King's works have been turned into over 60 films and television series, but the master of horror has only one directorial venture to his name. Based on King's short story Trucks, the Emilio Estevez starring Maximum Overdrive is about a world caught in chaos after a radiation storm warps the machines on Earth, which gain a mind of their own and attack all of humanity. A group of survivors take refuge in a North Carolina truck stop diner, trying to survive the machines, including a group of predatory semi-trucks circling the building. Everything about Maximum Overdrive is out of control, from lawnmowers chasing down preteens on bicycles to soda machines firing cans at Little League coaches. King is known for his ability to craft horrific worlds of monsters and mayhem, but thanks to some questionable decisions motivated by cocaine, a soundtrack of nothing but AC/DC, and an unimaginable level of camp humor, Maximum Overdrive is anything but scary. The film has plenty of defenders and has developed a cult following over the years, but based on how King talks about the movie, it's clearly not the final product he had been hoping to present to the world. King has never shied away from discussing his history of substance abuse, most notably a wicked cocaine addiction he had from 1978 to 1986. For instance, he famously has no recollection of penning his killer dog story, Cujo. Unfortunately, King's direction on Maximum Overdrive was apparently made under similar circumstances. The horror icon has been sober for many years and doesn't look back at his directorial experience with much fondness. Estevez has said that Maximum Overdrive is the one movie he regrets doing, even acknowledging that King feels bad for putting the actor in that position. As Estevez told Vanity Fair, the few times that I've connected with King over the years, he's like, "Can you forgive me for Maximum Overdrive?" The film began production in May 1985 in Wilmington, North Carolina. Camera assistant Sylvia Giulietti claimed that King loved to eat sardines every morning, which meant the director would be on set with cocaine-fueled fish breath all day long. Giulietti also revealed that despite King's brilliant mind, he wasn't much of a director, telling SlashFilm he didn't know where to put the cameras. Stephen King had a very strong idea about the movie, but he was not able to translate it into images. You know what I mean? Aside from his fishy breath, communication was also an issue on set. As Giulietti explained, "We arrived 1 month before to shoot the movie, and the cinematographer, Armando Nanuzzi, did not speak English. So it was very funny because Stephen King was always speaking for minutes and Armando Nanuzzi was always saying yes, yes, yes without understanding one word." Production assistant Chip Hackler also told SlashFilm, "I do think writing and directing are very different talents, and it's hard enough to be good at one of them."
Holy God, look at that thing.
Nanuzzi was also at the center of a real-life horror story that occurred on set, when a remote-controlled lawnmower lost control and crashed into a block of wood used to support the camera. The lawnmower shredded the block, shooting splinters everywhere, and one found its way directly into Nanuzzi's right eye. The gifted cinematographer ended up losing his eye because of the accident, and he sued King for $18 million in damages. The two eventually settled out of court, but this tragic incident is emblematic of the absolute chaos that will become the final cut of Maximum Overdrive. King's directorial debut was obliterated by critics upon release, and many audience members still view the film as the author's worst adaptation. However, a rabid fan base has grown over the years, reveling in the anti-King nature of his one and only attempt in the director's chair. There's an ironic enjoyment to be found in Maximum Overdrive, a film so silly that it seems impossible to have been directed by the person who wrote The Shining, Carrie, and It. While King never directed again, he hasn't completely ruled out the possibility. Until then, we can still find ways to enjoy Maximum Overdrive, the best movie ever made to feature a homicidal blow dryer and a semi-truck donning the face of the Green Goblin from Spider-Man.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more SlashFilm videos about your favorite TV shows and movies are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.